profession. It's one of those things where you're encouraging,
Yeah.
right, the kids. And what areas do you coach in?
Pittsburgh, Brashear, but hopefully I can be more like, hopefully to get college students involved with the Special Olympics pretty soon, probably 2020 as it occurs.
Okay, very good. So is it the 50th anniversary coming up?
Yes.
Awesome. And what are the dates for the Special Olympics games and polar plunge?
I know the polar plunge is the 28th and 29th of February down in Hicksville, but I know nothing about the Olympic Games.
Okay. We'll talk about that later on in the coming year, right?
Right.
So I will be there. I promised you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any jumping in, but I'll cheer you on and donate money. And your parents will be there as well, right?
Yeah, he nominated Mom to jump in.
Awesome.
Get her free.
I'll be there. I'll be backing you up.
Okay.
Some people I nominated don't work for decent now.
No?
He's trying to recruit anybody he can find. So, if you know anybody, my son will recruit him to come and jump in with us.
Absolutely. And donations are welcome always, right?
Right.
It is, I think it's Special Olympics amazing.
It really is.
Organization, nonprofit.
It's an amazing nonprofit, and they just have like a wide range of everything, and it's not excluding anybody, it's including everybody, which is nice, which that's like the main thing.
And Gina, you may want to lean in a little bit so that our folks can make sure that we,
Sorry about that.
But it is, you said the word, it's inclusion, right?
It really is. I mean, it is the biggest thing that they, to date, and more companies are supporting it, which is really surprising, because it's like some companies you would think like, why would they support it, because they don't say anything. There's no publicity for it, you know what I mean? It's very, and that's the other thing I like about the Special Olympics, like, they'll announce when they have something going on, but it's not very like, you don't get letters in the mail to donate to them, or there's no like cold calls or anything else. It's very like, I guess I want to say privately, but it's not really privately it's not private donations, but it's like they're not badgering anybody.
Right. I think they work really quietly in a way that there's, the Kennedys did a great job with starting the organization.
They really did.
And we support Special Olympics, Massachusetts as well as Pennsylvania. But essentially, it really brings out the best in all of us, because with Giovanni, he's truly, I say, he is someone that inspires me, and it teaches other coaches how to be better at what they do, because there's a lot of opinions people have, but it's not about opinions of the coach. It is about acceptance and compassion. That's what makes a great coach.
Exactly.
Right?
It does. It really does.
And you both, Dad, you guys have done a great job with him, and
No, we've tried as far as the best we could do, but we give him, like I said, most of the compliments and most of the his caring it does come from him as an individual.
right.
He's always been that from the time he was a little baby, whether it was giving up his toy just to give to somebody else, and everybody was always, oh, what a nice kid, but it just, and as he's gone older, it's nothing that we pushed or anything of that nature, just it's the individual he is. And
It's a part of the home life, though. It comes from upbringing, and compassion exists, and is carried on based on home life and consistency and working hard. And, you have that, Giovanni, because every time I speak with you when we have conversations, you leave me feeling really good because of the fact that you are kind and you lead with that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so the kids you're coaching must really love you.
Right. They all do.
So what sport were you playing at with Special Olympics when you were a part of the game?
The unified track.
Nice. And did you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the kids are now, what kind of sports are you training them in track as well?
We're getting ready for the unified track, and hopefully last year we went into seventh, but I want to see next year going to first and taking them to the college I ran at, and
Wow.
that's my main goal, getting them up there, getting the big gold medal.
That's awesome. And how do you encourage them? What do you do?
I keep going. I or sometimes I even run with them. You know.
That's it. Yeah. So, does it take up a lot of your time doing that?
No, I actually enjoy it.
You do.
Yeah.
That's good, and I think that that's one of the things with Special Olympics. It's global. It's not just in Pennsylvania. It's throughout the world.
It really is, and I mean, it's like all over the world. And I'm not sure if if they even have something like this Special Olympics in other countries. That I'm not sure. I would want to say, excuse me, say yes,
Yes,
but I'm not 100% sure.
they do. It's a global thing,
It is.
and that's why I think it's so important because it captures like every person with different age brackets, and so it's not just someone who's a 16 or 19-year-old. It's someone who's in their 60s. So it's allowing that inclusion. I think that we've become so divided. Everyone, even terms people say, my tribe, there is no such thing. Everyone's like a part of the global community,
Right.
and your family is incredible because you're truly. I talk to Gina all the time about just how positive you are.
You have to be positive. If you don't stay positive, you're not going to get anywhere.
True.
I mean, I don't live by it all the time,
Sure,
but
we're human. I mean, there are moments when it's like it's hard. Everybody has challenges. But,
exactly.
I think raising your kids and making sure that they work hard and that they inspire others, that's a huge accomplishment. It is got nothing to do with who has a bigger house or more money. If you're not a good human being, it doesn't really matter. And if you don't pass it on to your kids, it just isn't.
It's not anything.
Exactly. There's nothing greater as a parent for feeling better than when somebody compliments you on how kind your child is, and just really it makes you feel more special. And in which all these kids, a lot of them, they are really special. They all have, everybody has a talent, no matter how little might be, but there's always a talent and just something they really thrive for.
Exactly, and I think that with Special Olympics, the ability to become a coach, I think that's pretty cool, right?
Right.
Because it's not like you're done after being a part of it.
Yeah.
You can train. And
He actually asked if he could stay on to help them,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, okay, sure, fine. Because when he graduated, I don't know who. He was excited to graduate, but I think that's every young person.
Sure.
But I think that like the school was like sad to see him go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, I work at Starbucks and I have teachers that come in. I've had the greatest pleasure of teaching and watching your son grow and graduate, and now I have this pleasure with your younger son, but we miss our mayor for sure, because that's what he was known as, the mayor
You're the
for
mayor.
sure.
I like that.
Do you even sometimes call me the president down there too?
You could be the CEO, the president.
I think that's Matt Aaron's job.
So yeah, I can see that though very clearly.
He has a very good personality, and he's able to adapt. I mean, when he first started high school, no child with autism likes changes, and he struggled with it for a while, and then he adapted to it, and he accepted the changes as they came along. So I mean, and that's a pretty big accomplishment, I would say, as a parent for Giovanni, because he never liked change, never. It always had to be the same thing, you know what I mean? And like he had a teacher, and she said to me, she says, I don't paint my nails, and I said, why? Not that it makes a difference. She says, because if I paint my nails, once I paint them, if I feel like I don't want to paint them for the next week, the kids will have a fit because they can't accept that change. And I've never really.
Wow, I didn't even think of that.
So she says, I just don't paint them. I try to wear the same clothes, not every day, but switch it out during the week and keep the routine that I'm going to wear a red blouse and navy blue slacks on a Monday, so that they know every Monday this is to keep perspective for them, not to freak out, so to speak.
Well, it is. I mean, and that's one of the great things, Giovanni, that you're growing and you're like, change is good. It's part of life, right? But you're consistent with that change of bringing hope to people, and to the kids, because that's what people need, whether it's kids or